In this lesson, we're going to look at multiple representations of linear relationships. So example 1, how do I plot points on a coordinate plane? So we need to label the following: the quadrants, the x-axis, the y-axis, the origin, ordered pair, x-coordinate, y-coordinate, and the domain and the range. All right, so let's start with our quadrants. So the quadrants of the coordinate grid are numbered using Roman numerals, and we start on the right top, which is a positive quadrant. So we're going to start by labeling this the Roman numeral 1, and then as you number the quadrants, they go counterclockwise. So we are going to have quadrant number 2, quadrant number 3, and quadrant number 4. All right, let's go ahead and label the x and the y-axes. Remember, the x-axis is your horizontal axis, so here's our x-axis. And then our y-axis is our vertical axis, so here's our y-axis. All right, our origin. The origin is the 0, 0. It's where the two lines of the coordinate grid, they come together at the 0, 0. So this is the origin. And then let's make sure we put the 0, 0 there. Now our ordered pair is written over here on the right, the 3, -7, and it's always written in parentheses, and that's how we know that it's an ordered pair. And then the x and the y coordinates are the numbers inside of the ordered pair here. So the x coordinate is the 3 and the y coordinate is the -7. And then we're able to plot the points, the ordered pairs, on the coordinate grid. So let's go ahead and let's plot this point, the 3, -7. We need to remember that to plot it, we always have to walk to that point and then we go up and down. A lot of times you'll hear us refer to it as walk to the elevator, then go up and down. All right, so we can't go up and down until we're at the elevator. So we walk to the elevator, and then you can go up and down. So let's go ahead and let's plot the point 3, -7. So we're going to walk to the 3, walk over 3, and then we're going to go down 7, going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So right here we'd have the point 3, -7. We walked to the 3 and then we went down to the -7. All right, and the last things that we need to then determine here are the domain and the range. The domain and the range are when you've got this values of the x values and the y values. Notice that you've got this f of x. F of x is actually the same thing as y. Sometimes you'll see the f of x, and we'll talk about that later on in the chapter. So our domain is all of our input values. So here's our domain. And then all of our y values is our range. Now I know there's a lot there, so if you need to pause this video to catch up, go ahead and pause the video and then make sure you have everything all labeled, and then you can resume. So now we're going to give the coordinates of the point, and then we're going to name the quadrant. So let's go ahead and let's label our quadrants again. Remember, this is quadrant 1, then a counterclockwise, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and then quadrant 4. All right, so now we need to name the points. Let's start with the point A. And remember, we walk to the elevator, then we go up and down. So we've got to go side to side before we go up and down. So we're walking over for that A, we're walking over 2. So our X is the 2, and then notice we're going down to the -3. So our Y is the -3. So we walked to the elevator, we walked over 2, and then we went down -3. And now these do have to be put into parentheses, because that is what tells us then that that is an ordered pair. All right, so now let's take a look at B. Notice how you're going B. We're walking to the left 3, so we're at a -3, and then for B, we're going up 2. Oh, and I forgot, it asks us to name the quadrant. So the quadrant for letter A is in quadrant number 4. And quadrant for B is quadrant number 2. All right, let's take a look at letter C. So we're walking -3, and then we're going down 4. So we have -3 for our X, and then we're going down 4 for our Y. And then take a look at what quadrant that is. And notice that that is in quadrant number 3. All right, our last one, D, we're walking over to the right 3, and then we're walking up 3. So to name the quadrant, this is in quadrant number 1. All right, in our next example, we're going to plot the points and then name the quadrant. So let's go ahead, letter A. We're going to plot the point 1, -3. So that means that we're walking to the right 1, and then we're going down 3. So here's our point 1, -3, and this is letter A. And let's go back and let's label our quadrants again. I think that's just helpful when we have to name. All right, so it appears that letter A is in quadrant number 4. All right, now let's go ahead, let's graph letter B. Letter B is -2, -2. So you're going to walk to the -2, and then you're going to go down 2. So walk to the -2, and then go down 2, and there's our letter B. And it looks like B is in quadrant number 3. Now be careful on these next two. Letter C says -3, 0, meaning you're going to walk to the -3, but then we're not going up or down any because it's 0. So we're walking to the -3, and then we're going up 0. Now I want to remind you that this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. If it happens that your point lands on one of the axes, instead of listing a quadrant, you're going to list the location of it, which is on the, in this case, the x-axis. And that's letter C. All right, now letter D is 0, 4. So that means that we're walking 0, and then we're going up 4. So don't walk any, and just go directly up to the 4, and that's our letter D. And notice that this is not in any of the quadrants, but it is on the y-axis. So you would then list the y-axis. All right, so in our next example, we're going to plot points given the table. So we've got these x values and we've got the y values. Remember, the x values, that's our domain, and the y values is our range. Well, in the table, these can be represented also as an ordered pair. It can be written as 4, 3. So just like we had done in the previous examples, when you have these values that are in a table, they are the coordinates. And so, or ordered pairs. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to graph -4, 3. So walk to the -4 and then go up 3. And then we need to then graph -2, 0. So we're doing -2, 0, which also looks like this, -2, 0. So we're walking to the -2, going up 0. Our next one is 1, -1. So let's walk to the 1 and go down 1. And then our last one is 2, 0. So we're going to walk over to the 2 and then go up 0. All right. So now we have just plotted these points on the coordinate grid, just like we would when we're given ordered pairs or the coordinates. So in this lesson, we took a look at how to represent ordered pairs on a coordinate grid.